Hi Leo, welcome to your June 2017 love reading for singles. It's Raina. This is a new experiment of mine, and so I'm going to begin right now and we'll see what happens. And even if you're single, you may still have an influence from people from your past, even a long time ago, relationships that ended on a sour note, and you know, they still show up here in some way, so we'll see. Speaking of a sour note, no. Wow, I got these two same cards for Aries. I just did Aries, so doing all the fire signs. Okay, so speaking of fire sign energy, the overall theme is the Three of Wands. I've been getting like the same kind of scenario over and over again, where people are really thinking about possibly picking up and moving. In this card, it could be a long distance, it could be for work purposes or your own career, you know, like your own business, expansion of that. And obviously that could fit into or affect your love life. And because this is not a relationship reading, I'm not going to go into situations involving three parties, because sometimes in love readings, when I see the number 3, there could be 3 people involved. And if you're interested, as I said, in more of that kind of a thing, I have already posted June love readings for people who are involved in relationships. So I'm going to stick to the interpretation of moving to greener pastures and feeling that sense of wide open spaces, okay? And new experiences, greater expansion in your soul, in your professional life even. And therefore, you know, when you feel that desire to do that, it could be your higher self nudging you, and it could indirectly lead to you meeting your soulmate. You never know. In the recent past, we have the 5 of Swords. So you may have come off of some situation, this could even be work-related, where you were dealing with a lot of gossip, a lot of backbiting, and this may have led you to go it alone. Maybe you've decided to start your own business, or to you know, do something along those lines. And because of that, it's created a sense of wanting to leave altogether, maybe to leave the area. The other thing too with this card is it can speak to a past relationship, possibly with an air sign individual, a Gemini or Libra or Aquarius, your opposite sign, where there was some negativity involved. You felt maybe they cheated on you or something like that. I think I had something in the Leo reading for couples. So the reason this is important is you may now be on your own, but you still have that, the reason you are on your own is because of this other person and their underhanded ways. And so that might, you know, I get like multiple cards that indicate either betrayal and moving on, okay? And the reason this is important to look at, you know, why things are happening the way that they are, is because it can speak to your state of mind. You may be kind of recovering from a situation like that, and it may be affecting how you view your life. Maybe you have felt like this person totally ripped your heart out, and that could be causing you to go into the dating scene with apprehension, or maybe avoiding it altogether. Maybe the Three of Wands is you wanting to escape from your local environment, the people that you typically associate with. And with that Five of Swords, you may even have anger towards other people that you know, maybe your social circle, maybe other people knew that this was going on and they didn't tell you, and you feel like they were disloyal to you. Yes, I do feel that some of you, this is a job situation, because this is the classic card of a job offer, a new job offer, taking a new job. See, the portal is walking through to a new life, and this could be your ticket to doing that. So you may get a job offer, or you have launched a business. Sometimes this can indicate a new romance with an earth sign individual or somebody at work. So an earth sign person, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. And even as the higher message, which is like the spiritual view of the situation, we have the Queen of Pentacles. I think that because most of you are women, this could be a facet of you, actually. I always think of Leo as royalty, but Queen of Pentacles can be a woman who is really adorning her home, kind of a, if you want to call it a homemaker, but somebody who is investing a lot in their surroundings, making them comfortable. But it can be somebody who is prosperous. This is a very prosperous card. And also, I would say home businesses. Definitely home businesses. So again, with the three, entrepreneurship, and Ace of Pentacles, maybe a new place that you're promoting your business, or just a new business altogether. In some cases, new jobs and affluence, and also telling you that you have that power within yourself. You don't need somebody to support you. You don't need anyone you feel like self-empowered. You're the queen, which Leo tends to do, but anybody who goes through a negative experience can feel knocked off of their game. And for some of you, that might have occurred. The card which challenges you is the Eight of Pentacles. As a challenge position, I would say be careful about being a workaholic and perfectionism, because both of these cards, it can, in the upright position, it can be somebody who's trying to perfect their craft, or somebody who's working very hard. But in the challenge position, these things work against you. Throwing yourself into a business can be very healing and productive, but taken too far, it can prevent you from having the time to invest in another person. And this is something actually that I want to point out too, in terms of any kind of future relationship. This doesn't necessarily mean just now. Anybody that you meet in the future, if you tend towards workaholism, which I think a lot of Leo people actually do, and they are very ambitious and very hardworking, or at least they, are good at delegating a lot of that, but very ambitious. And as a result, that can, leave you with little time for a social life. And what happens is that sometimes people get involved in relationships, they don't have enough time to devote to them, and they don't really progress the way that they want them to. Either they can't hold on to a relationship, or even if they get married, they may always be in a position where they're not spending enough time with their spouse, and the relationship suffers eventually because the other person feels neglected, and you know the drill. So that could be speaking to anything that happens, maybe a cautionary tale. Also perfectionism. Leo, especially if you have some Virgo, which is a sign right next to you, Moon in Virgo or something like that, you might be too picky. You might think that somebody doesn't meet your standards, and that can be really unfortunate if you don't kind of curtail that, because the person who, you know, how the shadow side of Leo is arrogance, snobbishness, thinking that you're better than other people. I'm not saying that all Leo people act like this, but sometimes, especially when a Leo person feels insecure, you know, let's say they had a relationship that went sour and they feel insecure, they can have a tendency to overcompensate by being too, you know, being too exclusive, excluding people they think don't match up to their standards, and really neglect the people who bring the most to the table in favor of those who may be kind of con artists. They may flatter the Leo person and tell them they're so great, but they're really, it's all an act, and they're trying to get something from them. Leo is a very generous sign. So Leo can, you know, one of Leo's weak spots is somebody who flatters them. And so it's important to really value people for solid values, you know, not just the show of things. The advice, or what may be coming in, I think that as things that are coming in, it's actually like ending this negative cycle. The worst is over. If you have been the victim of some kind of backstabbing event, this is right under the Five of Swords. The worst is over. Maybe this was on the job. Maybe that's why you're trying to go to some new situation. Maybe you had an affair with a coworker and they ended up betraying you in some way. So this is about understanding that things are going to get better. It could also be that you need to heal from something, that you still are hurting, and that you need to kind of find a way to heal from whatever has happened before you can truly move on. The outcome is a card of moving on, the Six of Swords. This is a card of, you know, moving away from stormy waters, choosing peace, but it could be literally, physically moving. So for some of you, you may end up like the Three of Wands suggests as you're musing this, leave wherever you are. And that may be, if you feel guided to do so, it may be the best thing you ever did. This could also involve, as I said, I got the same card for Aries as the end result in the same position. And I said that I think that this card, I would connect it to Libra, of all the air signs. Swords equals air signs. And the number 6 connects to Venus, which is the ruler of Libra. So if that makes sense to you, maybe there's a Libra person that comes into your life that you're going to end up being with. But I think overall there's a lot of good stuff happening. Maybe in the past it was kind of a little bit of a bummer, but now it's looking up for you. I hope you enjoyed this, Leo. If you'd like a private reading, please click on the link below. Otherwise, have an awesome June. Bye.